starting in 5 seconds. Madam, I support this bill, but at the same time, I would like to draw the attention of the government on certain important issues. This enactment is now repealing the earlier enactment, which was a very successful enactment made during the period of Srimati Indira Gandhi when she implemented the 20-point program. The Standards of Weights and Measures Act was brought by her. It gave a lot of strength to the common man and consumers. Throughout India, people were very happy that they are going to get clear weight measures and they are going to get the materials in a proper method that was also imposed as part of the successful emergency rule. But at the same time, the enforcement was subsequently made by way of another enactment during Sri Rajiv Gandhi's period. Now we are taking both the enactments together in the new bill, but I would like to draw the attention of the government that we have missed the main part, that is, this enactment is for the consumers, for the people, but there is no participation for the consumers or for the people in any of the positions throughout the enactment. Even now, we are thinking only in the name of enforcing things as if we are having all powers to enforce certain things and we have got very big machinery to enforce. But it can never happen. The country is a very big country. There are more than 100 crores of consumers. We cannot find out how the consumer is going to benefit, in which way this enactment is violated by a particular group of people or corporate bodies or multinationals. We are not having examples to say that multinational companies were prosecuted and their share has fallen due to enforcement of a particular provision of this act. We cannot cite even a single instance that a very popular company which has a wide consumer base in India is not following the rules of weights and measures and therefore it was prosecuted or its director was prosecuted. We have to bring awareness among the people about their rights. We can very easily say that print and electronic media fight every time to increase their ratings, even if there is a small violation here and there. They are making it a live telecast but not consumer issues. It is only the government's agency which are bringing awareness among the people. They are telecasting advertisements, they are educating consumer how to measure a particular product and see whether it is properly measured or properly packed. They also educate that if there is any violation, the consumer can go to the consumer court and claim damages. Similarly, if you think the other way, then the consumer who is affected by that, who is not getting a proper measure or weight of a particular product after spending some money, and if he is not satisfied, he should have a right to prosecute that retailer or the company which has that brand name or the person has packed it or weighed it or who has certified it. Here we are not giving the right, that right to the consumer. The consumer participation is totally absent in this bill. We have to draw inspiration only from the Consumer Protection Act. When we are making legislation, we can very well bring that provision in this and give proper power to the consumer. When you are giving power under clause 15 of the bill, I hope the Honorable Minister can understand the common man. Therefore, the common man has to be heard. I hope the Honorable Minister might have noted this. At least he has to bring some amendment giving power to consumer to prosecute when there is violation of law. Madam, financial commitment of rupees 25 crores has also been mentioned in this bill. I would say that money committed should not be used for salaries of employees alone. When we are enforcing this kind of legislation, we have to recruit many people, but at the same time, we must spend a considerable amount of money for bringing awareness among the consumers. We have to educate the consumer that he has got such and such rights. I find a small word included under clause 15 of the bill, but it is not giving a clear meaning that rights are given to the consumer. When we are making enactment, I feel we have to think about the international standards. The international standards are made for the people and by the people. They are looking after it. The regulatory authority is only guiding and helping them to see that enforcement is properly made. We think that this can be enforced only by an officer. That will never happen. They will go only for statistics purpose as to how many cases have been registered every week. Similarly, I would like to request the government to think about punishing companies not just by way of a fine. Now, under the proposed bill, compounding system of penalty has also been provided. It is very easy for them. They will pay rupees 25,000 or even any amount for that matter through its representative. It is very easy for any corporate body. If it is so, how the director is going to be liable? He takes the plea that he is not knowing it. It is given by a retailer or its agent. Sir, finally, I would like to conclude with the observation that when we are making a law, it should be a comprehensive one. We are already having the Bureau of Indian Standards. They are giving the certification. The private agencies are also coming up. They are also putting the standards. Now, the fashion of the world more or less is giving everything to the professional bodies rather than keeping everything with the government. Rather than keeping the powers with the government, if we go it to the actual stakeholders, it would be a good and foreseeable enactment. Stop.